Hello. My name is Melkari and I'm telling you this story so you may get out alive. What am I talking about, you may ask? Rogue Lineage. If you play Rogue Lineage, you might have heard about becoming tomeless. It is a special ability that allows you to cast spells without the use of a tome. Most competitive Rogue Lineage players decide to go tomeless in order to have a better advantage when fighting others. In order to unlock the door that leads to the tomeless ball, you need to sacrifice certain races. Ariga, Mushroom, Sklee, Lab Experiment, Albino, Ginger, a Drilla with green eyes, and a Hazelden. That's where this story begins. The last sacrifice I needed to make to the pit was a Hazelden. I was looking everywhere, the forest, Where's Fall, the desert, until I finally found a yellow skin. I charged at him with my spear, but when I hit him, my spear oddly went through him, creating a hole in his abdomen. He fell to the ground, writhing in pain. I was confused at first, but the mood was lightened when I saw his name above him was Quagmire. I thought it was a funny addition that they included the name based off the Family Guy character. I slung him over my shoulder, and carried him to the pit. Something was off though. When I was walking down the stairs to the pit, I heard a high-pitched laughing noise. It was similar to Peter Griffin's. When I opened the door, I swear I saw a wheelchair pass by. I threw him into the flaming pit, and as I did, a picture fell out of his pocket, one of me getting killed by the Family Guy cast. That's when I crossed the lines of reality, and was suddenly in the game. I didn't notice it until later. The door finally opened, but for some reason it was to Peter's house. I looked down and up the street. They were all the same houses. The sky was pitch black, but the stars looked like eyes gazing with intent. I decided to knock on the door, but the door simply opened as I did. "Hello?" I shouted. I walked into the kitchen, where I heard a baby crying from. It was Stewie. He cried, but only blood drained from his eye sockets. He was leaning over Brian, whose guts has been strewn across the floor, spelling out, "Look behind you." Giggity giggity giggity. I turned around but nobody was there. I dashed for the door, but it was locked. That's when somebody grabbed me. It was Quagmire, his eyes rolled back and his smile gaping. He threw me onto the floor. That's when Joe emerged from the kitchen, and Cleveland and Peter walked downstairs. They all started to beat me. Joe popped a wheelie on my back legs and crushed them. Cleveland slammed my head up and down. Quagmire kicked my balls, all while Peter danced and laughed. I cried and sobbed until I finally died, passing on to the darkness. But then came the light, and I was back in my bedroom. It was all a dream. I rushed to my computer. I had gotten my tomeless, but a new edict was inscribed across my forehead. I was in utter shock of the image of Quagmire having sex with my mom branded into my skull.